Hey, Planeswalkers, welcome to Friday Night Meta with yours truly, Meta Master Mythras here. We have an exciting new season happening and a lot of great new information, including Explorer. So hang with us here today. Appreciate you tuning in. Flip me a like, smash the subscribe because we got a ton of stuff going on here, a lot more. So very excited about that. Appreciate that support as always. If you have a question, if you have a comment throughout today's episode, please let me know down below. You can feel free to hop on the Discord server as well. Give a shout out in there as well, and lots of great helpful friends in the community. So Planeswalkers, here's how we're breaking things down. We're going to go through Standard, we're going to go through Alchemy, we're going to go through Historic, we're going to go through Explorer, we got Historic Brawl, all best of 1 and best of 3. We'll talk about some of the key impacts here from last weekend and do a little bit of a retrospective as we walk into the Streets of New Capenna here. So again, those are available to you down below in the timestamp, so you can check out the section of today's video that makes sense for what you're interested in, giving you all the latest and greatest top decks, all that stuff here on the channel, along with the meta, my friends. So this is our weekly series here, Friday Night Meta. Let's get going and appreciate that support as always. So first off, to break things down, we got a brand new standard here for Streets of Capenna and everything else going on. So this is all fresh and hot information for us here. We're going to look at it in aggregate as always first. So for standard best of 1 right now, we got Naya Humans, Selesnya Enchantments, Mono White Aggro, Naya Runes, Orzhov Angels being a newer comer here. Rakdos Sacrifice, Esper Control also being a little bit more new, and then Jund Midrange. Orzhov Angels has exploded into one of the most played decks right now, being at 10%. Mono White Aggro's dropped off a little bit. Rakdos Sacrifice picked up a little bit. Got Selesnya Enchantments, and then everything else here. Naya Runes kind of really fell off. Now, if we look at this popularity over time, you can really see what happened here. So Mono White being huge and then falling down. Always a good pickup to start off the beginning, but Orzhov Angels really becoming more popular. You can see Sacrifice going sideways, everything else here happening, and then Selesnya Enchantments really starting to pick up. Esper Control similar. Now again, here are the win rates as we kind of see these things here progressing as well in terms of how things have been performing. So mid-range has not been performing as well. The other things have kind of slowly been going up there as the meta is getting sorted out, which is always great. Now, if we move into the more competitive space, here's what we got going on in the competitive space. A little bit different look here. We got Naya Humans, Mono White Aggro, Selesnya Enchantments, Orzhov Angels, Rakdos Sacrifice, Esper Control doing a little bit better. We have Mono Black Control here still, and then Jund Midrange. And again, you can see what's being played here on the right, and then you can see how things are trending. So most of these top decks still really doing well here, the top 3, 4. In terms of win rates, we see that Selesnya Enchantments really doing fairly well as well there. So that is going to be the snapshot for us here because it is still fairly new into the season for May, as well as the Streets of New Capenna set. Let's go over to best of 3 here and take a look. Boom. So best of 3. Naya Runes still doing very well. We got Esper Midrange, Orzhov Angels in there, Orzhov Control, Jund Midrange, Rakdos Sacrifice, Esper Control, and Grixis Control being a newcomer. There's the Jund Midrange on 20% there. So that's a huge pump. Again, this has to do with the Ob Nixilis deck. So you can check out the video here on the channel and see that. We got Esper Midrange, Grixis Control, also Ob Nix is in there as well. Rakdos Sacrifice, Esper Control. Esper Midrange is kind of that flyer deck. Naya Runes, Orzhov Control, and then you can see how things have been really played. So Jund Midrange really kind of falling off hard. We see that big pickup in that Esper Midrange. Same Grixis Control. So these are the 2 Ob Nix decks. And then you can see how the win rates and things have been progressing here in terms of these decks played and so forth. Now let's go ahead into the more competitive space. A little bit of a change down below here. Top end kind of still intact in terms of what we had. We see Esper Midrange really going up, and then Jund Midrange really falling off. Naya Runes having a really nice run right now, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. So that is standard for you. We're going to move over to Alchemy now. So in Alchemy, not much happening. We still have Mono Green, Stompy, Rakdos Sacrifice, Gruul, Werewolves. And to be honest and fair, I expect most of this right now with the new set, and a lot of it to be really standard focused or explorer focused for some of those players there. But we will take a quick peek here. Yep, absolutely lots of data still needed. Let's go look at best of 3. I don't expect anything. That's what we have going on in best of 3. So there you have Alchemy. Let's move over to historic. So historic's got some new stuff going on here. We can certainly see this. Is it Wizards being a new deck? Azor's Control, mono white life gain in there, mono red aggro again, mono green elves, Selesnya Angel still in there. Is it Phoenix, Selesnya Enchantress? Again, is it Wizards being one of the most played decks? Mono red aggro, is it Phoenix? Mono green elves, and then Selesnya Enchantress. You can see how this stuff's been trending. Again, not as much focus though on historic, which is to be expected. If we go to the more competitive space, we still have the same decks and same pace. All right. Let's back all the way out of there. And best of 3. Best 3 Rakdos Arcanist. Is it Phoenix? Is it Phoenix Rakdos Arcanist? And then we can go to competitive space. I don't expect much there. There we go. All right. So still very, very early into the season. Let's flip over to best 1. Now, what you have been waiting for. Explorer, my friends. Mardu vehicles, mono red aggro. Esper vehicles, 4-color Winata, Naya Winata, Rakdos midrange, Rakdos sacrifice, 4-color trickery. Most of you playing 20% of the meta, Naya Winata. Mono red aggro doing really well at 10%. 4-color Winata, 4-color trickery, Mardu vehicles, Esper vehicles, Rakdos sacrifice, Rakdos midrange. Here you can see some of the trends happening here. Again, brand new, which is great. So you can see all the things here in terms of that as well. Let's go to the more competitive space first here. There you go. Mardu vehicles, Esper vehicles, 4-color Winata, mono red aggro, Rakdos midrange. Naya Winata, Rakdos sacrifice, 4-color trickery. Now we've ran Winata here on the channel already, and mono red aggro, really 4-color or mono red burn from that version. But you can see how things are being played here. Mardu vehicles doing really, really well in terms of that win rate. So let's go ahead and pop over to best of 3. Let's see if we get some action. We get a little bit of action here. So Naya Winata, Rakdos sacrifice, Mardu vehicles, Jund sacrifice. Again, very, very popular archetypes. And then we can see how these things have been moving here. 60% wins for the most part across the board, 20% on Naya Winata. If we get some more competitive space, we still see Naya Winata and Rakdos sacrifice. Whew. All right, so that is a lot there. Let's go back to best of 1 here. So we've covered standard, we've covered alchemy, we've covered historic, we've covered explorer, one of the new things. Let's move over to historic brawl. Jetmir Nexus of Revels. So this is a new deck as well, which is very exciting because we haven't seen this one on our historic brawl list, but definitely tons of popularity at being 4%. Just wanted to show that here quickly. Again, as we begin to pick up speed, as we begin to get meta, and certainly very, very excited to share on the channel the new Explorer stuff. So if you're interested, I have the access for you down below for Untapped, at least the unpaid stuff. You can always pick up and start tracking your decks like I do. So, all right, and that's down below. Here we go into key activities. Last weekend, we had our lovely Stream League 11. Congrats, bud. As always, you're running a great show, James. We did run Buttons Gaming Naya Runes this week, so we definitely also saw that in the meta, which was what I wanted to talk about and cover. And you can see that here, a lot of people still on that. We do see that Jund midrange. We got Jund Werewolves in here, Boros aggro, a few other things, which is pretty sweet to see as well. So this was the key one that we had wanted to cover, kind of the biggest events coming out last weekend. Looking forward to stuff coming out of this weekend, my fellow Planeswalkers. So thank you for tuning in. As always, we broke it all down for you across best of 1, best of 3, across standard, across alchemy, across explorer, across historic, across historic brawl, my friends. Out of the gate here in May, new season, new set, new series with the Streets of Capenna. Very excited about what we have going on. Love what's happening and putting out a ton of content for you here on the channel. So please stay connected on that. Flip me a like, smash the subscribe, stay around for a while. There's a ton of stuff here and we love it very, very much. all things Magic the Gathering. And if you got a question or comment, please let me know. I love to hear from you down below or in the Discord server. And last but not least, great ways to stay connected. And I appreciate the YouTube members and the patrons, that additional support as always. All right, Planeswalkers, you stay safe, you take care. We'll see you again soon. Until next week and next time, Planeswalkers, Mythras out.